Welcome to yet another amazing episode of Pure Minds, Pure Energy, Enlightenment Sessions with Nate and PMC. I'm your host, Nate Zeleznick, one of the only American master trainers of the ancient Indonesian royal system of breathwork, meditation, healing, energy building, and extrasensory art of Merpati Putih, and the founder of the Integrated Ascension Method, or the IAM for short, and a visionary in the spiritual world, Pari Patri. As the CEO of the Pyramid Spiritual Society movement, or PSM, Pari is carrying forward the extraordinary legacy of her father, Patriji, the founder of PSSM. Now, this global movement has transformed millions of lives by spreading the profound benefits of meditation, pyramid energy, and spiritual science. Raised in a deeply spiritual environment, Pari began meditating at the age of 5 under the guidance of her father, Patriji. After earning a master's degree in engineering and thriving in a decades-long corporate career in the US, Pari felt the calling to return to her roots and to the spiritual tools. And today, she's leading PSSM with a passionate mission to inspire other people to embrace mindfulness, energy work, and the transformative power of pyramid meditation. Pari, I have to say, she's not only a dynamic leader, but also she's a certified HeartMath trainer. She's a meditation teacher, and she's an advocate for women's empowerment. Her journey seamlessly blends ancient wisdom with modern tools, demonstrating how spirituality can elevate every aspect of our life. So get ready to be inspired by Pari's wisdom, her vision, and her dedication as she joins us today to share her journey in the incredible work of PSSM. So everyone, I'd like to welcome the extraordinary Pari Patri to the show. Pari, welcome. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you, Nate. It is such an honor and pleasure to be here with you and talking to you today.
Well, I'd say the honor is all mine. And we've known each other for almost a year now. We met at a conference, and from the very beginning, I was like, there's something very special about this person. As an energy, I would say, someone who works on determining and detecting the energy of other people, there was something different about you amongst the entire group that we were with. And I'm so glad that our paths have crossed and that we're able to take this journey now and help so many other people together. You grew up as the daughter of Patriji, the founder of PSSM, and he's a revered spiritual master, an ascended master. What was that like, being raised in such a deeply spiritual home and environment?
Thank you for that question. If I have to answer that, as I was growing up, he was not Patriji as we talk about now. He was just an ordinary man, and where he was trying to find people to teach meditation as he can. And that's how, as I was growing up, I was meeting different kinds of people from different kinds of backgrounds and even statuses. So that was interesting that I got that opportunity to go and stay at a farmer's house in a rural India or a mansion of a multimillionaire. So I was able to speak and communicate in terms of collaborate with all different kinds of people. So that was interesting to see that we're all alike from whatever backgrounds we are from. And not only that, because of what he teaches, there is no religion bar. So I was meeting Muslims or Christians or Hindus or Buddhists or from different religions as well. So it was very interesting, and I'm really grateful for that kind of platform that I've received. Now that I go think back, I wonder how I do that for my own children. How can I give them that platform? Yeah. So it was pretty normal, ordinary, just hanging out with people.
Well, that's amazing. But there must have been some defining memories and things that happened. What's something from your childhood that really shaped your perspective on life and especially spirituality from those experiences?
I think it was the everyday conversations that we were having in terms of, I think the profound experience, as I remember right now, is definitely understanding of past lives. When I read the book of Brian Weiss, Many Masters, Many Lives, that really gave me a great perspective as a child, when I was probably 9, 10, I was just getting into teenage, understanding relationships like, okay, you know what? Because as a child, you'll be like, this is the end of the world. Nothing can happen. It has to happen now. That kind of mindset we have. And when I read that book and when I was having that conversations about, okay, what is your past life, how did we meet, maybe there is something more beyond that. So these kind of conversations at home and with the people around me led me into a sense of having that liberation that, you know what, if it doesn't work out, okay, it will come back to me. Or if I met somebody, I'm drawn to them, there is a reason why it has happened. So a kind of a bird's eye view of how things might happen in our life. This sense that we are beyond these bodies and time is not limited to this particular dimension. It felt a freedom, the sense of friendship and connecting with people. So I think that was my most profound teaching that I had as a child.
That is beautiful. And I wanted to ask you about pyramid and the
Yeah.
pyramid energy, because obviously your father, a huge proponent of that. And, I've been meditating with a pyramid on my head for about 15 years. I didn't know that there was really anybody else doing that. And then I find out, oh, wow,
Mm.
the PSSM organization, you've been doing it for 40 years. How did your dad's teachings really kind of influence your understanding of meditation, but especially the power of the pyramids when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, the first time I saw a pyramid was when I was 8 years old. That's when the first pyramid was built in the place that I stayed called Kurnool in India. And at that time, nobody knew what pyramid was. And we knew there was another pyramid in India that is in Pune, built by Osho Rajneesh. That was the only one, I think, a bit of popular, at least for me, because my mother was a big fan of Osho. So she used to read all his books, and of course, I loved his books. So that's how I knew. And then the pyramid came, and we started learning more about what pyramid is. All I would know is what my father would talk about, that pyramid amplifies energy. Brings in cosmic energy. And that's all I knew. I didn't know much about what science behind it. That word even never even existed in my dictionary at that point. So we didn't know anything. It was just, okay, father said it's a good, okay, let's just go and meditate in it. I didn't think much about it, but what we have seen is a lot of case studies in the sense like people getting miraculous experiences when they meditated inside the pyramid. So it was more like experimenting firsthand rather than reading somewhere or being more scientific about it. So that's how we started learning about it.
That is wonderful, and what an education to have. Our the ancient civilizations have known about pyramids, obviously, long before even the pyramids in Egypt. They're now discovering, well, with ground penetrating radar from satellites, that is over 6,900 new pyramids have been found throughout Central and South America, all at the 51 degrees angle and all oriented to perfect north. And then there's the
Yeah.
Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, which is the largest pyramid ever found. It's in Bosnia. There are three of them,
Mm.
but the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, they've carbon dated the mortar and the bricks at the bottom in the tunnels at 29,000 years old. It's incredible. I have friends that have actually studied and done the archaeology at the Bosnian pyramids, and we don't know who built them. There's really
Yeah.
no record, but it's so big. It is an entire mountain. It was lost for tens of thousands of years because it had trees growing on it. And so the thing is that they've measured energy coming out of the top of pyramids in a helix pattern, like almost like a DNA strand. But it does something weird from what I've read is that the farther away from the pyramid, the top it gets, the stronger it gets, which, physically that's impossible. Like sound diminishes going through air, electricity diminishes going through wires. This gets stronger. So it's a very interesting type of energy that we're just now really starting to, I guess, come back around and understand. But I have to say, anybody that is like even questioning whether meditating inside a pyramid or wearing one on their head, because Me,
Mhm.
I have an 8-foot tall pyramid sitting right here. You can't see it on camera. And I also wear one on my head while I sit on a vibroacoustic therapy cushion and I listen to different binaural beat tones that vibrate my entire body while I do all of this. It is an amazing experience. I would say for everybody out there, you need to experience it. If you're a meditator, you will notice a difference. It's pretty incredible. So for you, being not only a spiritual leader, but also a modern woman, how do you balance the wisdom of the ancient practices with the challenges and the opportunity of today's really crazy world?
I think the real benefits of what pyramids are, and by the way, Bosnian pyramid, Sam Osmaganic is a very dear friend of us. He visited Pyramid Valley.
What?
So yeah, he is absolutely an amazing being. And the thing about pyramids is, as I said, as I was growing up, I didn't know much science about it. I was just told meditate and then do it. Until after I went through my own rock bottom when I came to US in 2004. 10 years later, I was struggling through my life and I was like, okay, I know about this stuff. I know everybody's talking about pyramids and all of this stuff, but I don't know really how it works. So I started, that's when, in fact, teachers from US and across the world have really helped me understand the science behind it. And sometimes when your logical mind develops so much that you need some kind of logic to believe in that. And that's where I was. So I started studying more about what pyramids are, reading Patrick Flanagan, Christopher, Joseph Marcello. So all these guys reading their books and experimenting myself. I understood that pyramids are something that I can use in my everyday life. So practical applications for pyramids. And that's all I am about. How, okay, this is ancient wisdom. I know this is great. The structure is great, but how do I utilize in my everyday life?
Right.
At that time, the first time was I couldn't have kids. My doctor was like, oh, you can get pregnant. And I was like, okay, nobody can tell me I can be a mother. So I was like, okay, I was determined to make that happen. And that's when I started activating everything that you talked about: binaural beats, meditation, crystals, pyramids, biofields, energy work to shift my frequency because I was learning all these new words now and really understanding what they mean. So now, every part of my life, the water, I only drink pyramid water, which keeps my immunity high.
Yeah.
And I don't get sick as much as others that I see around me in the same environment. I for manifestation, pyramids are great. For meditation, for setting intentions, for elevating home's energy. So anything that you can, I have a pyramid in my car that I put in it. And we have seen many experiments. In fact, there's a road in Hyderabad in India. From airport to the place that pyramid is, there's a road, and that road used to have maximum accidents. So what we did was we talked to the transportation department and we said, hey, why don't we just put pyramids on the divider, like small pyramids on the divider throughout? That was a project. They said, okay, why not we try it? And then we put the pyramids, and they saw that the accident rate considerably reduced on that road. Nothing changed except for the pyramids. So these are the case studies that now we can even take to the government, take to the organizations on how you can utilize pyramid energy. You don't need to understand the science or anything. All you need to do is put a structure there and it does what it needs to do. So that's what I see as a modern woman, as a woman in this age. We can absolutely utilize ancient wisdom, our everyday life, so we don't struggle.